To me, technology enables the science.
eDNA is environmental DNA, and so what it really is a catch-all term for all of the cellular material that organisms shed into their environment. Rather than having to go sample every plant or animal directly, what we can do is capture an environmental sample and extract DNA directly out of that environmental sample.
These bottles descend down open, and the water sample is then captured at specific depths. When the water comes up on board, we will filter it and capture any of the DNA in the water sample on a filter. We will then preserve that filter, and it will get sent off to a lab where it will be sequenced, and we will figure out what kind of organisms were in the environment at the time we collected those samples.
One of the nice things about it is found throughout the ocean, so we can collect it from the surface all the way down to the hadal zones. One of the things we can use environmental DNA for is things like ROV surveys, where when you're doing that kind of visual survey, you're limited to the field of view of the camera.
Oh, you're seeing
Oh,
squid?
so we're more squid.
Oh, man,
oh
look
if you
up.
look at feed 2 right now, you
If
can
the vehicle doesn't turn to get that animal on camera, then we will have no way of knowing that it was there. But because it's shedding cellular material into its environment, if we take a water sample right there, that water sample will contain that material, and it allows us to detect that animal and know that it was there even though we didn't see it. One of the problems with doing things like deep sea coral surveys is a lot of deep sea corals are very difficult to separate and identify visually. We can have 2 or 3 different species that, unless you look at them under a microscope, you can't tell that they're different species. And so when you're doing something like an ROV survey and you just have that picture, we can't tell if it's species A, B, or C. But if we take that water sample, we can compare it to our genetic reference library and tell which species we have. It's also been really important for detecting rare species because you can detect things at high sensitivity, things that you have trouble finding in a net or finding in a survey because they're so rare. It's excellent at doing that kind of detection.
So I guess one of the ways we would be able to identify this is to count its tentacles, but looks like that's pretty impossible in this position that it's in right now.
The water column is the largest environment on Earth, and it is therefore the largest unexplored environment on Earth. And eDNA is going to allow us to explore the water column more so than we have ever been able to do before in NOAA Ocean Exploration.
It's become another really important tool kind of in the biological survey toolbox.
So this is going to be a revolutionary technique for getting a baseline understanding of unexplored areas of the deep sea.